Michael Andrews stood on the balcony of his penthouse in downtown Seattle, overlooking the city that had come to symbolize his success. At 38, he was a real estate mogul, the owner of a thriving property development company. His journey from a poor child with dreams fueled by adventure novels to one of the city's most influential figures was a testament to his perseverance and determination. Despite his professional achievements and the admiration he received from socialites, Michael's personal life remained relatively quiet. His evenings were often spent alone, immersed in books, a passion he had nurtured since childhood. It was these stories that had inspired him to dream big and aim high, pushing him to overcome his humble beginnings. Michael's path to success had not been easy. He grew up in a poor family, but his love for architecture and property development had driven him to excel in school. He eventually earned a scholarship to study real estate management at a prestigious university. It was there that he met Lydia, a wealthy and beautiful classmate. Michael fell deeply in love with her, but Lydia's interest in him was fleeting. She eventually left him for someone else, breaking his heart and fueling his determination to succeed and prove his worth. After graduating with honors and gaining valuable experience at a leading real estate firm, Michael founded his own company. His innovative property designs and ambitious projects quickly set him apart in the industry. His business partner, Daniel, was instrumental in many of their successes. The two shared a strong professional bond and a mutual understanding of their goals. One morning, Daniel entered Michael's office with exciting news. "Michael, we have a potential collaboration with Logan Price," Daniel announced. "He's a wealthy foreign investor looking to expand his portfolio in Seattle." Michael leaned back in his chair, intrigued. "Logan Price? I've heard of him. He's very selective with his investments." "Exactly," Daniel replied. "He insists on meeting us, but there's a catch. He wants us to attend a business dinner, and he specifically requested that you bring a fiancé." Michael frowned.
A fiancé?
"Why would that matter?" Daniel shrugged. "Apparently, Price values stability and wants to ensure his partners share similar values. We can't afford to miss this opportunity, Michael. It could take our company to the next level." Michael sighed, realizing the significance of the situation. "All right, I'll need to find someone quickly. I'll ask my assistant to help." His assistant, efficient and resourceful, quickly set about finding suitable candidates. Despite her efforts, none of the women she found met Michael's expectations. Frustrated, he decided to take a break and visit the public library, a place he hadn't been to in years but always held fond memories of. As Michael browsed the shelves, he noticed a young woman with long dark hair and striking blue eyes. She wore a simple but elegant outfit, and her demeanor exuded both warmth and intelligence. Intrigued, Michael approached her. "Excuse me," he said. "I'm looking for a good book on architecture." The woman smiled. "You've come to the right place. I'm Nina Parker, one of the librarians here. I can show you a few recommendations." Michael introduced himself and explained his situation. "Nina, I know this might sound unusual, but I need to attend a business dinner, and I require a fiancé for the evening. Would you consider helping me?" Nina looked surprised but not offended. "That is quite an unusual request, Mr. Andrews, but I can see you're in a bit of a bind." "All right, I'll help you." Relieved, Michael thanked her profusely and arranged to meet her again before the dinner to go over the details. As he left the library, he felt a mix of anxiety and anticipation. He hoped this unorthodox plan would work and that Nina would be the perfect partner for the evening. The night of the dinner arrived, and Michael couldn't shake his nervousness. He arrived at the restaurant early, waiting for Nina. When she walked in, he was struck by her modest yet graceful appearance. She wore a simple dress that highlighted her natural beauty and carried herself with confidence. As they approached the table, Michael's heart skipped a beat. Seated with Logan Price was Lydia, his old college flame. She looked as stunning as ever, and seeing her brought back a flood of memories. Michael introduced Nina, who played her role perfectly, engaging in polite conversation and impressing Price with her intelligence and charm. However, as the dinner progressed, an unexpected confrontation arose. Nina, with a calm yet firm voice, revealed that Michael's company had demolished her family's home for a real estate project. Michael was taken aback, denying any knowledge of it. The atmosphere grew tense, and Daniel, looking guilty, confessed that he had handled the matter behind Michael's back, bribing officials to evict Nina's family. Price, displeased with the revelation, excused himself from the table, leaving Michael feeling betrayed and conflicted. The dinner ended on a sour note, and as they left the restaurant, Michael knew he had a lot to make up for. The following morning, Michael awoke with a heavy heart. The dinner with Logan Price had not gone as planned, and the memory of Nina's confrontation haunted him. He was determined to make things right but unsure where to start. His first step was to confront Daniel about the deception. Michael walked into his office, where Daniel was already waiting, looking anxious. "Daniel, we need to talk," Michael said, his voice stern but controlled. Daniel nodded, guilt evident on his face. "I know, Michael. I'm really sorry about what happened. I thought I was protecting our interests." Michael took a deep breath, trying to keep his anger in check. "You went behind my back and bribed officials to evict Nina's family. That's not protecting our interests, that's betrayal. We built this company on trust and integrity, and you compromised both." Daniel looked down, unable to meet Michael's gaze. "I didn't think it would come to this. I just wanted to ensure our project went smoothly." Michael shook his head. "We need to do better, Daniel. We can't build our success on the suffering of others." With that, Michael walked out, leaving Daniel to reflect on his actions. Michael's next step was to find Nina and apologize. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but he had to make amends. Michael arrived at the library later that day, feeling a mixture of apprehension and determination. He found Nina at her usual spot, organizing books on a high shelf. She noticed him immediately, her expression unreadable. "Nina, can we talk?" Michael asked softly. Nina climbed down the ladder and faced him. "What is there to talk about, Michael? You've already said enough." "I didn't know, Nina. I had no idea about your family's home. Daniel acted without my knowledge." "Please, let me explain," Michael pleaded. Nina's eyes softened slightly, but she remained guarded. "All right, explain." Michael took a deep breath. "When we started that project, I was dealing with a personal issue. Daniel took charge and I trusted him. I never imagined he would resort to such tactics. I'm deeply sorry for what happened to your family." Nina listened, her expression thoughtful. "I believe you, Michael, but believing you doesn't change what happened. My family lost their home, and it was devastating." Michael nodded, feeling the weight of her words. "I understand, and I want to make it right. I know it won't undo the past, but I want to help in any way I can." Nina sighed, the tension in her shoulders easing slightly. "I appreciate your apology, Michael. It means a lot, but it will take time for my family to heal." Michael nodded. "I understand. Thank you for giving me a chance to explain. If there's anything I can do, please let me know." As Michael left the library, he felt a glimmer of hope. Nina's forgiveness was not immediate, but it was a start. He returned to his office, determined to rectify the wrongs and rebuild his company's integrity. In the days that followed, Michael focused on making amends. He reached out to the families affected by the project and offered compensation and assistance in finding new homes. It was a long and challenging process, but Michael knew it was necessary. Meanwhile, his relationship with Nina began to evolve. They started spending more time together, discussing books, life, and their shared values. Michael was drawn to her intelligence and resilience, and Nina began to see a side of him that was compassionate and sincere. One evening, as they sat in a cozy cafe, Michael opened up about his past. "You know, I wasn't always successful. I grew up in a poor neighborhood with little to my name. Books were my escape, my way of dreaming about a better future." Nina listened intently, her eyes reflecting understanding and empathy. "I can relate. Books have always been a source of comfort and inspiration for me too." Michael smiled, feeling a deep connection with her. "Meeting you has reminded me of the importance of staying true to my values. I want to be someone you can respect, Nina." Nina reached out and took his hand, her touch warm and reassuring. "You're already on that path, Michael. I respect your efforts to make things right. It shows your true character." Their relationship blossomed from that moment. Michael found solace and strength in Nina's presence, and she saw the genuine man behind the business persona. They became inseparable, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. As the months went by, Michael's company began to recover from the scandal. The changes he implemented restored trust and integrity, and the business thrived once again. Michael's partnership with Daniel, however, remained strained. Despite Daniel's remorse, the trust between them was irrevocably damaged. Michael knew he had to move forward, both personally and professionally. One evening, as he and Nina strolled through a park, he turned to her with a serious expression. "Nina, I want to ask you something important." Nina looked at him, curiosity and affection in her eyes. "What is it, Michael?" He took a deep breath, feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. "Will you marry me?" Nina's eyes widened in surprise, then filled with tears of joy. "Yes, Michael, I will." Michael felt a surge of happiness as he embraced her. In that moment, he knew that his journey of redemption was complete. He had found love, forgiveness, and a future filled with hope and possibility. The engagement of Michael and Nina was a joyous occasion, celebrated by their close friends and family. Michael's penthouse, which once felt like a symbol of solitary success, was now filled with warmth and laughter. The couple's bond deepened as they planned their wedding, choosing every detail together, from the venue to the flowers. Meanwhile, Michael continued to implement changes within his company. He was determined to ensure that every project upheld the highest standards of ethics and integrity. The fallout from the scandal had taught him valuable lessons, and he was committed to rebuilding his reputation on a foundation of honesty and transparency. One afternoon, as Michael was going through some project files in his office, Daniel walked in, looking unusually serious. "Michael, we need to talk," he said, his tone grave. Michael looked up, sensing the urgency. "What is it, Daniel?" Daniel hesitated, then spoke. "I've been doing some digging into Logan Price. There are rumors circulating that he's involved in some shady deals overseas. If we're going to continue our partnership with him, we need to be very careful." Michael frowned, his mind racing. "Do you have any concrete evidence?" Daniel shook his head. "Not yet, but I've reached out to some contacts who might be able to provide more information. I just thought you should know." Michael nodded, appreciating Daniel's diligence. "Thanks for the heads up, Daniel. Let's keep this under wraps for now and gather as much information as we can." As Daniel left the office, Michael felt a sense of unease. The potential partnership with Logan Price had seemed like a golden opportunity, but now it was shrouded in uncertainty. He knew that his next steps would be crucial. That evening, Michael shared his concerns with Nina over dinner. Daniel brought some disturbing news about Logan Price, he began, watching her reaction. Nina listened intently as Michael explained the situation. "It sounds like you need to be very cautious," she said thoughtfully, "but I'm confident you'll handle it with the integrity you've always shown." Michael smiled, feeling reassured by her faith in him. "Thanks, Nina. Your support means everything to me." The next few weeks were tense as Michael and Daniel quietly investigated Logan Price's background. They reached out to various contacts and scrutinized financial records, looking for any signs of illegal activity. During this time, Michael's trust in Daniel began to slowly rebuild, as he saw his partner's genuine efforts to rectify past mistakes and ensure the company's future. Finally, they received a breakthrough. One of Daniel's contacts provided documents linking Logan Price to several dubious transactions. The evidence was clear. Price was not the trustworthy investor he pretended to be. Armed with this information, Michael knew he had to act swiftly. He called a meeting with Logan Price to confront him about the allegations. The meeting was tense, with Price denying any wrongdoing and attempting to dismiss the evidence as fabricated. However, Michael's resolve was unshakable. "I'm sorry, Logan, but we can't move forward with this partnership," Michael stated firmly. "We value integrity above all else, and we cannot afford to be associated with any illegal activities." Price's demeanor changed from defensive to angry. "You'll regret this, Andrews," he threatened. "You'll miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime." Michael stood his ground, unflinching. "I'd rather miss an opportunity than compromise my principles." The meeting ended on a sour note, but Michael felt a sense of relief. He had made the right decision, protecting his company and its reputation. When he shared the news with Nina, she hugged him tightly. "I'm proud of you, Michael. You did the right thing." As their wedding day approached, Michael and Nina focused on their future together. They chose a beautiful venue overlooking Puget Sound, where they exchanged vows in a heartfelt ceremony surrounded by loved ones. It was a day filled with love, joy, and the promise of a bright future. After the wedding, Michael and Nina embarked on their honeymoon, visiting places associated with famous writers, further deepening their connection. They walked the streets of Paris, strolled through London's literary landmarks, and explored quaint bookstores in Dublin. It was a magical journey, one that brought them even closer together. Upon their return to Seattle, Nina moved into Michael's penthouse, transforming it into a true home. Their evenings were spent reading together, enjoying quiet moments of peace and contentment. Michael felt a profound sense of fulfillment, knowing that he had found not only success but also love and redemption. Despite the challenges and betrayals he had faced, Michael's journey had led him to a place of happiness and integrity. He and Nina built a life together based on mutual respect and shared passions, proving that true success is measured not just by professional achievements, but by the strength of one's character and the depth of one's relationships. Michael and Nina settled into their life together, their relationship a source of strength and joy. As the months passed, they continued to navigate the challenges of their respective careers, always supporting one another. Michael's company flourished under his renewed commitment to ethical practices, earning back the trust of clients and the community. One evening, as Michael and Nina enjoyed a quiet dinner at home, Daniel called with urgent news. "Michael, I've discovered something you need to see," he said, his voice filled with urgency. Michael met Daniel at the office, where his partner revealed documents indicating a new potential threat. Another investor, much like Logan Price, was targeting their company. This investor, Mark Thompson, was known for hostile takeovers and unscrupulous business tactics. "We can't let this happen," Michael said, his resolve hardening. "We need to protect our company and our people." Daniel nodded. "I've already started gathering evidence and reaching out to allies who can help us fend off this threat." Over the next few weeks, Michael and Daniel worked tirelessly, leveraging every resource to counter Thompson's maneuvers. Their efforts paid off when they uncovered illegal activities that Thompson was involved in, which they promptly reported to the authorities. With Thompson's scheme exposed, the threat to their company was neutralized. Throughout this ordeal, Nina remained Michael's rock. Her unwavering support and wise counsel helped him stay focused and determined. Their bond grew even stronger, solidifying the foundation of their marriage. One evening, after the crisis had passed, Michael and Nina took a walk along the waterfront. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the city they loved. Michael stopped and looked at Nina, gratitude and love shining in his eyes. "Nina, I couldn't have done any of this without you. Your support, your belief in me. It's what keeps me going," he said, his voice filled with emotion. Nina smiled, her eyes glistening with tears. "We're a team, Michael. I believe in you because I see the man you truly are. Together, we can face anything." Their journey together had been marked by challenges and triumphs, but through it all, they had found strength in each other. Michael's transformation from a driven but isolated businessman to a compassionate and ethical leader was a testament to the power of love and redemption. As they stood by the water, hand in hand, Michael reflected on his journey. From his humble beginnings, inspired by adventure novels, to the heartbreak of losing Lydia and the betrayal by Daniel, every experience had shaped him into the man he had become. Meeting Nina had been the turning point, leading him to reevaluate his values and commit to living with integrity. Michael knew that their story was far from over. There would be more challenges ahead, more opportunities to grow and learn. But with Nina by his side, He felt ready to face whatever the future held. Together, they had built a life based on mutual respect, shared passions, and unwavering support. A life that promised happiness and fulfillment. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Michael and Nina walked back to their home, ready to embrace the future together. Their journey was a testament to the transformative power of love, perseverance, and redemption. And it was a journey they would continue, side by side, for the rest of their lives.